Let's talk about the top four race. It was a bit of a banana skin weekend for London clubs. We mentioned West Ham. They drew to Burnley at home. That was a bit unexpected. But really, it's the North London clubs we have to focus on here. I'm afraid Heath, your beloved Arsenal, and Tottenham, both losing and opening the door wide open for Manchester United to crawl back into the top four race.
Yeah, I'm looking at the table right now, and I'm shocked. So for anybody that's listening to this and on audio, from a form guide standpoint, Arsenal have lost 3 in a row, and they've lost 4 of 5, right? And they're the ones that at one point I think had 4 games in hand, a potential 12 points to be able to jump that would have put them within 2 points of Chelsea, way up at within third place. Chelsea have obviously gone on a decent run of form in the league as well, but they would have been on points. They would have been within 2, which say that would have put them at 60. They'd have been a decent spot, but now they're sitting at 54 points in 6th place. In like arm's reach from West Ham in 7th on 52. Wolves in 8 on 49. Now maybe you start to get into some bigger gaps there, but your top 8, they haven't escaped from that, let alone trying to break into the top 4. Spurs falling as well this weekend, and Man United again, despite their attempts to literally not do anything this year, have now found themselves in 5th, and some momentum and a fight for a top 4 finish, which is what that club needs if they want to have any chance of being able to justify whatever insane things they're going to do in the offseason.
Yeah, it's really remarkable that they almost threw things away against Norwich City. Norwich City, who have been very, very poor all season. Almost threw it away, and thanks to this man on screen, Cristiano Ronaldo, with a lot of 30s in that tweet I'm sharing now, bags a hat-trick and gets them over the line. It's just still not convincing by Man United, but they do have like a pretty... Well, compare like all those teams vying for that 4th spot have a difficult enough run in. Manchester United on Tuesday play Liverpool away, then it's Arsenal away, then Brentford at home, Brighton away, Chelsea at home, and Crystal Palace to round things off. Really hard to know what's going to happen in those games. They have this ability, at least under Solskjaer, to turn things on against big teams, and they have a few of them to come. So you wouldn't really know what might happen. Just speaking about your Arsenal, though, and that horrible run of form, they're just not scoring goals. So we have Lacazette. It's been no secret that he isn't much. He's not as prolific, say, as other number 9s. Martinelli's been very good, not exactly a striker. He's had good runs of form, but can't be relied on to bag multiple goals. So begs the question, was getting rid of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang a bit of a mistake? If they do fail to get into 4th, will this be viewed as a bit of a weak spot in terms of Mikel Arteta's man management? Could he have perhaps repaired the damage that was caused?
Yeah. I mean, looking at it now, obviously he's gone on to Barcelona and done quite well and fit in seamlessly at Barcelona. And so when you look at a player like that and you think about, I mean, this one's so hard for me just because of the fact that like Aubameyang was not in great form. Aubameyang was clearly a poor influence on the locker room in terms of leadership of younger players and things like that. He is a little bit of a one-man band in terms of being the star, which is really hard. Like if you were to take away the last 4 weeks, which is a lifetime, I guess, in a Premier League season, that's like, whatever, a pretty high percentage.
Yeah. How many games you squeeze into 4 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. It's say the last 5 games, you take that away, they were an incredible run of form. The team was amazing. We were talking about post Aubameyang era. This is amazing because it's more of a unit. It's more like it's centered around young players that are rising to the challenges that they have. And then you hit this dip of form and you start to go, oh yeah, maybe we should have just benched Aubameyang for a while. And then when we hit this dip of form, you go, yeah, let's throw him back in. For context, I was thrown out of my club in the Bundesliga at one point. And a month later, they were like, and they threw it into the paper. They're like, he's done. He's not going to play here anymore. Like there was like this sabotage attempt against me. And then like a month later, and I did nothing. Like, and then a month later, they were like, "Oh, his attitude is the team was in a bad run of form. I was playing out of my mind in training, and they needed me, and they knew they needed me, and I was in it. I was playing as a left or right midfielder then, as a winger, and all of a sudden, back in the newspaper, oh, his attitude's completely changed. You know, he's such a good guy now, and like he's really shown putting the team first and all this nonsense." And I was like, no, I just kept on going about my business, and I got the opportunity again. They were the idiots that put the piece out, like kind of the hit piece against me.
Piece.
Yeah. And it was in Build, and it was in like a region that like it was the gospel then. This was like, you know, pre social media era. Thank goodness, because I don't know what I would have said if I could have. It wasn't pre, but it was pre athletes having a voice on those platforms. It was only bad that would come of it. But then, yeah, after a while, it wasn't like I left town and packed my bags and went somebody else. I think you could have done that instead of giving him away for free. I mean, what was the worst that was going to happen? You don't want to pay his wages. I get that. But 6 more months into the season, you hit this dip of form. You know, it's kind of that rainy day fund of being able to throw him in and see what could happen. That's in retrospect because you didn't know. That's me talking from the outside in, not knowing the attitude that he had. Would he come to training every day and train hard? Would he still be a good influence? You never know, because those could be pretty poisonous as well. That could cost you results at other points. So, you know, like for like, it's probably the best thing that he left. But certainly at a time when they're not scoring, you go, man, you know, you gave away somebody for free that you should have kept, and then maybe said, hey, you get one last shot. This is the last one you get, and see what happens.